everybody, my name is Bekker-Saban and I'm originally from Israel. I'm living in the United States and I'm traveling with my 5 kids, soon to be 6, all over the United States. And in the last year, while I was traveling, I started to teach people on the road some dishes that we are making in our house that I do like traditional Israeli dishes. I started with hummus. I actually taught people how to do hummus all over the United States, and I got real good feedback. And I found out that people really enjoy it and love the food. And I decided to take a step further and to bring a little bit of the flavors and the dishes that I grew up on. So let me tell you a little bit about the way I grew up and my family. I grew up in a family with 3 brothers, and the kitchen in our house was, and it's still, the absolute center of the house, in my parents' house. Every Friday night, all the family gather around to eat. Friday evening is Shabbat evening, and my parents starting to cook from Wednesday for Shabbat evening, for Friday night, and they do like dozens of different dishes. And I will say that as a kid, I remember that a lot of friends that I have back then, some of them are still with me, just hoped so much that I will invite them to my house to eat a little bit, because my parents' kitchen was really something, and still is. About myself, as a child, when I was a young teenager, like about 12 years old, my father decided that as a hobby he wanted to open a catering service, and I remember carrying hundreds of plates at night and washing them by hand in the backyard of Joe Schmo every time. But I got the kitchen and the cooking from really young age. When I was 15, my parents sent me to a cooking school, and I studied cooking for 3 years. And then I left it, and I did a lot of other things. Like every Israeli, I had to be in the army, and after the army I started to study, and I did some brain science, and then I moved to the United States, and I was in real estate for 11 years. I'm still doing it now. Along the way, all my life I was cooking, and about a year ago we decided the family to go travel the United States, and we saw some beautiful things and still seeing. And while we were traveling, I was in charge of the cooking as usual, and I started to meet people on the road, and you know, while talking, I started to teach them about a little bit about our kitchen, and started with hummus, and it moved to some other stuff. Then the idea came to my mind that maybe it's time to bring the word of the lovely and wonderful Israeli kitchen to the United States. Why it's so special? Why the kitchen in Israel is so special? Because Israel is a state that people from all over the world came there. It's like United States, you know, a place of immigrants. Israelis are mixture of. If you look at me, for example, my father and my mother both born in Israel, but their parents are from totally different places. The parents of my father are from South Africa, from Libya. They are Jewish that probably a few years before, like hundreds of years before, were excluded from Spain, and find themselves in Libya, in Tripoli. And my mother's side are Ashkenazi Jewish from Belarus and Russia, around Russia and Poland, Belarus. And I'm like a good Israeli salad, a mixture of East and West. And that's also the food in Israel. So Israelis, they taking food from Russia, from United States, from Italy, from Africa, from all over the world, and they bring it in, and then they mix it and they blend it, and they come out with their own recipes, new Israeli recipes. And in a sense, this is what this class is about, to give you the wonderful Middle Eastern Israeli flavor of things. So I really hope that you will enjoy this course. I'll be happy to hear your feedbacks. So thank you very much, and tell me how it was. Goodbye.